The ERi-TV news broadcast crew and I, Delayed Sahaya, are now ready for your daily news briefing at 10:30 local time. But first, let us catch up with the major headlines. Public seminar organized for nationals in Germany and Kuwait. Eritrean Community Festival in Scandinavian countries commenced. Russia begins major naval drills in Pacific and Arctic Oceans and Baltic Sea. Thailand and Cambodia borders dispute could move towards war. On our local news, seminars organized by the Eritrean Nationals Committee in Kassel and Munich focusing on enhancing awareness on the national issues and consular service was conducted on 13th and 21st July. At the seminar, Mr. Ta'ama Haile, head of the Public and Community Affairs, provided a detailed briefing on the sovereignty and legitimacy of Eritrea. He stated that Eritrea possesses clear and internationally organized land, air, and sea borders that will never be compromised. He also called on the nationals to strengthen their unity and active participation in the national affairs. Mr. Kibra Abtakhase, Eritrea's Consul General in Germany, gave an extensive briefing on the objectives and procedures of the consular service and called on the nationals to fully understand and adhere to the guidelines and regulations. A seminar also conducted for nationals in the city of Water and Germany. At the seminar, Mr. Fitzum Sahle, coordinator of the National Committee, and Mr. Merhane Tasfa'alam, member of the Promotion and Information Committee, gave briefing on the Afambo boarding school project as well as on the progress of education in Eritrea. In a related news, Mr. Hamad Yahya, chargé d'affaires at the Eritrean Embassy in Kuwait, conducted a seminar for nationals on the current situation in the homeland, as well as regional and global developments. At the seminar, Mr. Hamad provided an extensive briefing on the progress of the national development programs and the active participation of nationals both inside the country and abroad. The annual Eritrean Community Festival in Scandinavian countries, Sweden, Norway, Denmark and Finland, commenced yesterday in Stockholm with patriotic zeal. The festival, in which is being attended by a number of nationals from various European countries, America and elsewhere, was officially opened by Mr. Fsahatzim Petros, Eritrea's non-resident ambassador to the Scandinavian countries. Mr. Alem Thalegirgis, chairman of the Holidays Coordinating Committee, said the Eritrea's festivals, beyond being public gatherings, make a significant contribution in strengthening unity and attachment to the homeland, as well as nurturing nationalism and noble societal values. Indicating that Eritrean festivals in Scandinavian countries plays a vital role in preserving national values, Mr. Alem added that the successful implementation of the festivals attests the strong and committed participation of nationals and the effective organization of the community. The festival, which will continue until 27th July, features seminars, a photo exhibition depicting national development programs and activities of Eritrean community in Scandinavian countries, children's and youth programs, exhibition by village representing Eritrean ethnic groups and national organizations, as well as cultural and artistic performances by a cultural troupe from Eritrea. Workers of Central Region Administration have been conducted commendable water and soil conservation activities since May. The popular campaign is taking place in my dominant area with a number of regional administrations staff participating 3 days per week. Mr. Asrat Haile, head of the agriculture and land in the region, stated that over the past 3 years, 10,000 terraces have been constructed and 5,003 seedlings planted. Participants expressed their satisfaction in taking part in annual greening campaign and pledged to continue their engagement every year during a rainy season. Straight ahead is our international news after a short break. Welcome back. Russia on Wednesday began a major Navy drills involving more than 150 vessels and 15,000 military personnel in Pacific and Arctic Oceans and Baltic and Caspian Seas, the defense minister said. They also called July storm exercise from July 23rd to 27th will test the readiness of the fleet from non-standard operations, the use of long-range weapons, and other advanced technology, including unmanned system, the minister said. The sea crew of the ships will practice deployment of combat areas, conducting anti-submarine operations, defending areas of development and economic activities, the ministry said. They will also practice repelling attack by air attack weapons, unmanned boats, and enemy drones, ensuring the safety of the navigation, striking enemy targets and naval groups. More than 120 aircraft will take part in 10 coastal missile systems, the ministry said. Russia, the world's third most powerful navy after China and the United States, according to most public ranking, though the navy has suffered a series of high-profile losses during the Ukraine war. Thailand's leader has warned the clashes between Thailand and Cambodia, which have killed at least 16 people and displaced tens of thousands in both countries, could move towards war. Acting Prime Minister that the fighting now includes heavy weapons and had spread 12 locations along the border. Thailand also accused Cambodia of firing into civilian areas and evacuating all villages deemed to be within the radius of the rockets. Cambodia, for its part, accused Thailand of using cluster munitions. The comments came as both countries updated their death toll from the fighting. Thailand said 12 civilians and 1 soldier were killed in the fighting, while provincial authorities in Cambodia said at least 1 civilian of other Manchi was killed. Thailand and Cambodia have each accused of each other of firing the first shot on Thursday. There were sporadic clashes over the years, which saw soldiers and civilians killed in both sides. The latest tension ramped up on May and plunged bilateral ties to their lowest points in more than a decade. America and China, Australia, and calling to handle this clash in a peaceful manner. On our last report, the member of the states of the European Union on Thursday overwhelmingly approved the decision to impose retaliatory tariffs on U.S. products worth over 93 billion euros in a trade talks with the United States fail. Olaf Gill, spokesperson of the European Commission on Trade, said on Wednesday the bloc plans to combine 2 retaliatory tariffs listed on the U.S. exports into one total values of 93 billion euros. The EU member stated on Wednesday voted and approved another list worth about 72 billion euros, which mainly involves high-value industrial products such as aircrafts, automobiles, bourbon whiskey, and electrical equipment. Leaders of the EU and the several European countries said earlier that if the satisfactory trade agreement cannot be reached with the United States before the U.S. tariff measures took effect on August 1st, the EU will take countermeasures. Gill said on Wednesday that if the negotiations fail, the retaliatory tariffs will take effect on August. Dear viewers, we've come to the end of tonight's news. Let's have a quick recap of the headlines. Public seminar organized for Eritrean nationals in Germany and Kuwait. Eritrean Community Festival in Scandinavian countries commenced. Russia began major naval drills in Pacific and Arctic Oceans and Baltic Sea. And Thailand and Cambodia border dispute could move towards war. That wraps up our stories for tonight. Thanks for joining us.